Well, I wanted to take the opportunity to have a talk with you about my YouTube channel, because I've been finding a few people have been asking me a few questions there recently about it, because I've been doing it for a little over a year now. My first video was a video I made in my my wife's golf, when I was taking it up to Ben Lawrence up in Northern Ireland to have some tuning work done. And I decided, you know what, I'll do what I'm doing now, and I'll just stick the camera on and record a bit of a stream of consciousness type thing, and have a chat with what I'm actually doing and what I'm setting out to achieve. And I kind of enjoyed the process, and then I sort of looked at the end result and I thought, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe people think I'm a bit of a wanker. I don't know, but you know, see what happens anyway. You know, maybe make a few more. I've always been tinkering with stuff. I've always had bits and pieces of projects going on. I've always had you know, kind of, if I'm not working on cars, my own cars, I'm working on a friend's car, giving them a hand, talking to people about them. You know, I have my Lister engine, which I bought, which I got great pleasure out of restoring. I'm working on the Briggs engine, which I've made a complete bollocks of, but I will get it put right. But I'm rapidly approaching the 1,000 subscriber mark, and that has taken me just a little over a year now to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And what does that mean? Well, it's a milestone in my own head, insofar as, you know, the 1,000 subscribers are 1,000 people who actually want to listen to me talking complete brown, which frankly, you know, puzzles the hell out of me, because I can't figure it out. But not only that, is after 1,000 subscribers, I can then monetize my channel, and I can set up an online community on YouTube, which is also a nice thing. So I suppose, do I have a goal, really? Not so much a goal, I have an aspiration. My aspiration is to kind of get it to a point where my YouTube videos are going some way towards funding my hobby being working on machines. What have I had to do in order to get to this point in the space of a year? It's tough going, to be honest with you, and the reason it's tough going is because of the fact that YouTube doesn't do you a whole lot of favors to try and kind of get your content out there, and you also have to develop a style for yourself. Like, my earliest videos, when I look back on them, were frankly a bit crap, you know. I mean, some of them, the sound was terrible, or you couldn't really see what I was doing. I was only using the phone. I now have a Panasonic handy camera, a camcorder, and it makes a huge difference. I have the tripod and that, and I've kind of figured out ways of kind of filming footage as I go. The other thing I had to work on a lot was my search engine optimization, and you do have to learn a bit about the whole kind of process of kind of making sure people know how to find your videos, and YouTube knows what your channel is actually about. And that in itself takes time. It not only takes time for you to put all of that into place, but it takes time for YouTube to kind of develop algorithms to understand your channel. And you know, as time goes on, it gets better and better. Like, if I look at the curve on the amount of views my videos get as a whole, it's a fairly linear growth pattern, which is really what you kind of want to see. I've had no kind of semi-viral kind of successes like the likes of the guys in Cannibal Cars, for example, who hit upon a great formula from the get-go. I didn't, but that's not to say that it won't happen for me at some stage. Maybe I might get the opportunity to film something that people think is hilarious or share-worthy or that. But for the most part, I think it's just, you know, I kind of stick the camera on and record what I'm doing in the garage and see what happens. Or alternatively, God, they dug up this road again already. They only just did work on it. The alternative is, I suppose, when I'm going out and doing car reviews. Now, some of my most popular videos are doing the repair on the three-way fridge in the camper van. That is, oh, there's a very nice Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet. Very nice. The repair of the three-way fridge has proven to be very popular, and I suppose the reason that's proven to be very popular is because nobody else really has a good video on how to do it. Now mine was lengthy, but that's always been the issue with my videos, is I don't know when to shut up. And I suppose it's not only the issue with my videos, it's the issue with me in general. If you ever met me, you'd know that about me. I talk a lot. I think it's one of my defining characteristics. I think anybody would tell you that about me. But yeah, so there's that, and then the review I did on this car I'm driving at the moment, which is kind of a little annoying because, you know, I'd say I'm happy that my review is popular, but I would have liked if, say, for example, the videos I did on the revival of my friend Darren's 1974 Beetle was a bit more popular, and it was getting the same number of views as this the review on this Toyota Auris. But there again, you're talking a niche against a kind of a car that there's a lot of on the road. But yeah, so you kind of you develop those sort of you hit upon formulas that work. You hit upon things that actually kind of will pull in a lot of viewers, and some videos I haven't pulled in a lot of viewers, but I've actually gotten a lot of subscribers from them, which is the other thing. People are kind of like, you know, the first video I did of me taking a spin down to have a look at the MG, for example, that wasn't a massively popular video. Well, I mean, it's not unpopular, but you know, I think it's got 500-600 views on it at the moment, but it has driven a lot of subscribers to my channel, and that's great. But yeah, so I suppose just going on from this, what do I use? Yeah, typical enough. This is exactly the type of thing that I was kind of getting at as to what you need to prepare for as far as making YouTube videos is concerned, is minor annoyances when your camera stops recording for no particular reason in the car when you're driving. I think it's because I got a text message, and the camera was actually my phone in this instance. Yeah, got a text message and the thing stopped recording. Luckily enough, it saved what I had so far. So anyway, what I was talking about was, what do I use for inspiration? Well, I do watch a lot of YouTube. I would watch YouTube more than I watch TV, and I have I follow a lot of YouTubers. One of my kind of all-time favorites would be Hubnut. I think he comes across like a really nice guy, actually, and his videos are very entertaining. He's got a really good style, and the type of guy I wouldn't mind going kind of meeting up for lunch or something with, and, you know, having a chat with, that kind of person. Same with Musty One, who's over in the US, and he has a great style as well. He's you know, just, you kind of feel like you could be standing there beside him at the workbench, just having the chat, shooting the breeze, and kind of you know, he doesn't seem to get himself into a kind of he doesn't get himself worked up too much, which is definitely something I don't share with him. But, you know, I mean, it's yeah, sometimes I put the camera down and I scream and I use bad language, and that as well. That's just me. I also like Bad Obsession Motorsport. Bad Obsession Motorsport. If you don't follow them, Project Binky is absolutely cosmic. I mean, the stuff they do is unbelievable. Theirs is a masterclass in not only YouTube video production, but also automotive engineering, and I have a lot of respect for those guys. So I watch them for that kind of thing. I try to avoid channels where they use fake drama and kind of, you know, built up suspense, sort of American TV style thing. It kind of annoys me, to be honest with you, to tell you the truth. I do like, I know that being said, there's a lot of American YouTubers I do like, so don't think I'm having to go with Americans. It's just as a TV style that I don't like, you know, MTV style, I suppose. But like American YouTubers I do like, as I said, Musty One. Vice Grip Garage is very entertaining. He's quite funny. He's as peculiar as they come, but I think that's just his style he's developed. But yeah, have a look and see. I mean, and you kind of, if you know what it is you do and you follow other people who do what you do, you can use them for inspiration, but you need to develop your own style as well and be yourself. That's the big thing here, is that what I am on the camera with yourselves is really me. Like, you know, I mean, you're actually seeing what I'm actually like. Now, the other thing is, I suppose, what have I learned from kind of making YouTube videos and looking back through my own production? I need to stop saying M so often. My God. And it's really, really difficult, you know. The I can't even stop doing it now. So yeah, there's that. Uh, there's also things like sound is very important in YouTube videos. So eventually, I will invest in a microphone. I will probably invest in other camera equipment. My kind of filming and style, recording style has improved somewhat over time. I need to get a better suction mount for the windows of cars so I can film better kind of on the road footage. I usually use a kind of a car phone holder and just turn it sideways, and it does the job. I always film in landscape mode, by the way. Don't film in portrait; it just looks terrible. So yeah, just talking about the equipment I use, I have a Huawei P30 phone, which has an excellent camera on it. That's what I'm filming on at the moment. The great thing about filming on your phone is a lot of the time you can upload directly to YouTube, but you probably will want to do a little bit of editing. As far as camera is concerned, I have a Panasonic HDC SD60, which is an SD camcorder, and it's high definition, full HD, and is a very nice camera. The only downside of it is that there's no external microphone input, and it is a kind of a big detractor for it for me, because I would have used an external microphone in a lot of cases if that was at all possible. The editing software I use is my mind has gone blank. Well, there's a few different editing softwares. There's Movavi is one of them, and the one I use is the editing software I use is VideoPad. There are other options available. Movavi is another one, or if you want to spend a few quid, there's various programs from Adobe and other professional things. If you're a professional video editor, fair enough. Your video editing style is going to be a cut above mine because I'm not a professional video editor. The thing is that VideoPad, I have paid for the license for. What annoys me about it is you buy the license, but it doesn't include any updates, so I'd have to buy the updates then as well, which is kind of irritating. So I'm kind of stuck on version 6, and I think version 9 is the one out. I'll wait until there's a few new versions, and then I'll maybe pay for it again down the road, but for the moment, version 6 is doing the job for me. I got my logo made on Logo Maker. It's kind of a generic logo. You could probably replicate my logo quite easily if you were that way inclined. I wouldn't really be all that bothered by it if you did it. Don't know why you would want it, to be honest with you. There's the animation I did of the logo. I didn't do that myself. I got somebody on a website called Fiverr with 2 Rs to do the logo animation. I just sent him the image files and he animated it for me. I did the sound for it, so I took some sound bites from my own videos, edited them together, and put that in with the video. Kind of made a short video of the logo, if you know what I mean, and then I can drop that in at the beginning. That you'll only see that on this video and probably one previous video. So there's that. So yeah, I suppose you can start out with the basic equipment. What I would invest in the future is probably something along the lines of an action camera like a DJI Osmo, which is a mouthful, but it seems like a very good camera. It's the one Hubnut uses. He did a video on what gear he uses as well. So the DJI Osmo action camera seems like a good option. In fact, it has a front-facing screen, so I'll go with that, and a decent suction mount, external microphone. That will kind of improve things. But for the moment, I'm going to kind of keep plugging away with what I'm using because it seems to work for me for the moment. And eventually, if my YouTube channel really does start to grow that much more, then I can kind of start investing in other things. As far as video content is concerned, I do have a bit of a list of different cars that I want to review. People have given me permission to review their car, I just haven't gotten around to it. COVID lockdown is preventing a lot of that at the moment, so yeah, we will have to just kind of get to that. There's also kind of collaborations people have suggested, we're working with other YouTubers, so we might look at that in the future. It's all about time. I do work Monday to Friday as well, and I have a full-time job. And I've also got a nearly 18-month-old child and a wife and a house and a mortgage and all of this as well. So, you know, you kind of have to fit these things in around day-to-day life. But it can be done. And I think the most important thing is, if you're going to do a YouTube, and this is the crux of the matter, ask yourself this: why do I want to have a YouTube channel? Is it for the money? Because if it's for the money, you're wasting your time. Because to be honest with you, you'll never have the commitment to turn out good quality content. You won't enjoy it. It is hard work. It takes a long time to get it off the ground. If you have great ideas, well and good, you know, but sometimes you can have great ideas and they just don't pull in the viewers you were expecting. A lot of the time that happens with me. I've done some videos that, like the three-way fridge one, I didn't think was going to have many viewers at all, and it seems to be doing really well. And then there's other videos I've done and I'm like, oh, come on, like, you know. So there's some content I've tried in the past that I just don't waste my time with anymore, simply because nobody wants to see it. Repairing lawnmowers, for example, I've done a couple of repairs on various lawnmowers and stuff like that just for people. Nobody wants to watch it. I mean, I've ones that are up like for pretty much a year and they've got like 50 views. I'm like, okay, fine, then we won't do that anymore. So, you know, it takes a bit of time to kind of figure that out. And when you do get monetized, the money is very small. It takes a long time to kind of get up to a point where you're kind of pulling in decent money. You know, you can do your research. You need to spend a lot of time on the kind of the marketing, SEO, kind of setting up the channel sort of thing. You need to spend all of that, put in all that time. You need to polish your style. You have to enjoy the editing process and actually doing the kind of the background work that people don't see. Because if you don't enjoy it, your videos aren't going to look polished or professional. They don't have to look really professional, don't get me wrong. They can look kind of amateurish but engaging. You know, you're watching this video, it is amateurish. I'm sitting on my couch in my sitting room at this point in time after the phone stopped recording halfway along the car journey home. That doesn't get much more amateur than this, and the dog is kind of wondering what's going on. So my dad calls him the Mouse Hound, and I think it's probably a good name for him. Isn't it, Rodney? What do you reckon? So yeah. Oh no, I don't have any gimmicks either. Anyway, look, the last thing I will say to you folks is, if you've come this far and you like what you see, and I have kind of helped you in any way, I would appreciate you subscribing and giving me the support and getting me over that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm on 918 as I speak, so I'm getting close, but you know, it's that last little push I need. So I am asking you, please do like and subscribe and ask the questions, comment on the video. I always try and reply, even if it's to say thanks or whatever. I try to make that effort because you made the effort with me to make the comment. You know, even if it's to call me a pleb or whatever, I don't really care, to be honest with you. But yeah, look, I'll chat to you soon, and thank you very much for watching. Just got the Golf back from getting the wheel alignment done. The camber was a fair bit out, so it's driving lovely now. Happy days.